Welcome to Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush.
And welcome back to the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. If this is your first time tuning in, I am actor Brandon Rush. I have been in 80 plus TV and film productions, credited with 52 speaking roles. And I started a podcast with my mom called the Buckle Up Podcast Universe. And my mom's a pharmaceutical specialist. We are in 108 countries, 1,163 cities around the world. We're on 6 continents. And we've done 161 episodes, and they're going to have 162 on here today. We've had people from all different walks of life: doctors, lawyers, judges, actors, actresses, small business owners, nurses, a bunch of different people from different backgrounds, military veterans on our show. And then today we're going to be having Dr. Cris. I'm going to let her on because I am running a little late, but I'm going to let her into the podcast. Let's see here. Waiting. I think she should be popping in. Dr.
And how are
I'm
you?
doing great, Dr. Cris. How about yourself?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for this invite.
Absolutely. No, thanks for coming on. I was excited when I met you. I was like, oh, she seems pretty awesome. I really want to hear her story and her journey. So I appreciate you coming on our show today.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Such an honor. And this is my second podcast. I don't have the habit of doing a lot of podcasts.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know why.
You should. You have a lot of personality.
Yeah, let's see. I'm excited to meet your mom.
Okay, so here's the sad part. I'm gonna have to have you back on because my mom, I couldn't get a hold of her this morning.
Oh, okay. Sometimes happens. But anyways,
Yeah.
I'd love to meet her. Maybe we're gonna meet sometime in person since you are also in New York all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you know what? I'll have you back on for another episode too. So because I know my mom usually asks the best questions, so I'll have her back on too. So we'll have to do a two-parter with you. Well, Dr. Cris, would you do me a favor? Would you please kind of tell us your background and what you are, and then we're gonna get into your story about that as well.
Absolutely. So, I'm originally from Brazil, born and raised there. From my mom background is Lebanese, my dad background Portuguese
Oh wow.
and Black, and my mom background is Middle Eastern Jewish, and my dad Catholic. So I grew up in a mixed family.
Very mixed. Yeah.
Yes, very mixed. But this was pretty incredible because I could get different perspectives, points of view, was very enriching for my cultural background. And I love that. I'm MD and DDS from training in Brazil. I'm a maxillofacial surgeon
Okay.
and who ended up abandoning surgery, and I went into aesthetics.
Okay. What made you want to do that, or why the change up, or what was your thought process behind it? You can take us down it completely.
Sure, sure. So I finished my residency in Brazil
Okay.
back in 2005,
Okay.
long time ago.
Yeah,
I
that's all right.
graduated in 2002, and I went into my residency straight away. Actually, I had passed on my residency because back in the days in Brazil, we did used to take a test. It was just a
Yeah.
test. It's not like in US that you need to apply for the residencies. You need to apply. It's a national test, and whoever passes in the test, depending on their category, they choose where they're going. What
Oh
is much
wow.
better because you can choose to stay in the state where you live. So I passed this test and I was not finished with school. So they needed to hold because I didn't know if I'm gonna pass it again. So I finished my residency and I was dating someone who was American French. So we were in a long distance relationship,
Mhm.
and I think everything happens for a reason. I was coming back and forth from Rio to New York often, and one day I was working out in a famous gym called Equinox
Okay.
here. I was spending an extended weekend in New York. I used to come take the flight on Rio Thursday night, so I would spend Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at night. I would take the overnight flight and arrive in Rio Monday and go
Oh,
straight
wow.
to the hospital.
Holy smokes.
Yes. So I end up bumping into someone that I knew from my high school.
Okay.
And we were acquaintances. We were not friends, but we had a lot of friends in common. And this lady was very nice. She was 1 or 2 years ahead of me, Paula, her name.
Okay.
And she said, Cris, I have heard you're finishing your craniomaxillofacial surgery residency. It's great. I'm working in a practice here in New York. I'm doing an internship. And I'm moving to Washington, D.C. because she was already married. She was
Okay.
married. She said her husband was doing a program there. I think was an MBA or something. So she was moving with her husband, and her place was vacant. And she was also Brazilian, and I was in the gym with workout clothes, super
Hmm.
sweaty. And my English skills, they were good because I know English since a kid.
Okay.
We're not a professional skill.
Yeah.
I end up, and she said, "Oh, I'm finishing working out here. Do you want to go with me and take a look in the practice and meet the people?" Said, "Yes,
Yeah.
let's do it." It was very
Yeah. Why not?
young, very genuine, and I went. And the owner of the practice, Dr. Jonathan Levine, he was there. And he's a famous dentist in New York. So I ended up doing an interview. I didn't even feel like was an interview. I started
Yeah.
talking. And at the end, he was talking to me. He asked if I wanted to take her place because she was leaving. So
Oh, wow.
accident,
Yeah.
basically. I went to the gym and I ended up in a Fifth Avenue uh, luxurious practice and went home with a job offer.
That's amazing. Wow.
was just was just by accident, and I believe everything happens for a reason. So
Okay.
I did a program there. It wasn't a job because I was not allowed to be working in this country first.
Okay.
So it was more like an internship kind of thing. So it was to do everything there in terms of organizing the schedule, putting material for cleaning, everything.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work, was very interesting because it was my first experience outside
Okay.
Brazil. And I did this internship for 9 months.
Hmm.
After that, I moved back to Brazil.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
let me tell you, because I was dating this person and we were like dating was good because we got to know each other. And at the end of the internship, we not at the end, in the middle, we broke up. So
Okay.
it's like that had no point for me to stay in New York.
Yeah.
And then we started talking again. And then he said, "Oh, I would like you to come back to New York, blah, blah, blah." I said, "Come to Brazil, we talk." And then he asked me to marry him. It's
Oh,
why I
wow.
end up coming back to New York.
Okay. Well, that's quite the story there. Wow. Man, that's
Yeah.
wait, so then you come back and then you go back. Yeah, tell us. Yeah, keep
Yeah,
going.
so I came back to New York. I lived here for about 1 year. We moved to Florida. I
Okay.
lived in Miami for about 1 year and a half when I
Oh,
was
nice.
recent, yeah, when I was recent married. And while I was living in Miami, I took a little sabbatical. It was the first time in my life that I could think exactly what I wanted because in Brazil I finished high school,
Yeah.
went to med school, and then went to residency. I didn't even have a time to think. For
Yeah.
the past 10 years, my life was very hard. I studied
Yeah.
a lot. So I took this sabbatical and I started thinking about things I could do. I didn't have my licenses in US. And I decided I saw a lack of distribution of high-end lasers in Brazil,
Okay.
mostly medical and dental. And I decided to jump in this field.
Hmm.
I became a distributor of dental and medical lasers, mostly surgical lasers, aesthetic lasers. This was back in 2000 and between 2006 and 7.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Look at you doing everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so I worked in this field for about 7 to 8 years,
Okay.
and I used it to distribute American and Israeli lasers to Brazil. So I used
Okay.
it to go back and forth a lot, train a lot of physicians, plastic surgeons, dermatologists, dentists, and I saw a great opportunity because I was highly skilled surgeon, had worked a lot in surgery, but
Mhm.
surgery needs um need ourselves to be completely dedicated to that.
Okay.
100%,
Yeah.
100. It's very hard to be a craniomaxillofacial surgeon, and at least I would say for women, and construct a family, have kids, especially in the beginning of their kids' life that you want to
Mhm.
give attention, all that. And I thought aesthetics could be a better field for me as a woman because I was recent married, was thinking about having kids, all that.
Yeah.
One of the reasons, and one of the dermatologists said to me, "You do all the time this angry. Let's do a little Botox in here." I said, "Yes, let's do it." I was
Yeah.
27, 28 back then.
Okay.
He did a little Botox on me, and I'm like, oh my God, this is cool after a few days. And I'm like, so easy in a way. So I'm like, this is great. Okay, so I was working on that for 7, 8 years. And
Okay.
unfortunately, my marriage ended. And when
Mhm.
I went through divorce, I decided to move back to Brazil.
Oh, wow.
It's my life, there's a lot of changes.
Yes, absolutely.
Moves back and forth. And before moving back to Brazil after almost a decade in
Okay.
US, I had the opportunity of living in France, in Paris, for 9 months.
Amazing.
I did a little bit shadowing
Yeah.
on a famous dermatologist for a couple months there, what was incredible, interesting to learn how it is in Europe,
Yeah.
aesthetic practice, how does it work? Because I left a Fifth Avenue practice, so I had experience with Brazil, but mostly public hospital, US,
Okay.
and then France. So I moved back to Brazil, decided to open my own practice. Very successful, beautiful practice in Rio. I'm
Okay.
originally from Rio. I'm the Rio girl from Ipanema, born and raised
Okay.
here. Born and raised, and my
Yeah.
practice was there. I had this practice for about 7 years. Everything in my life is 7 years, what is very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about I
Oh, no,
have
you're good.
my phone is like playing. So, again, life is so funny with me in certain ways. After not 7 years, but after 6 years, I met someone.
Okay.
Was right after COVID. I came to New York to take my COVID shot.
Yeah.
And because I wanted to take a particular one that was the Johnson and Johnson and was not available in Brazil. So I came to New York to take my shot, and I met someone in a restaurant
Yeah.
outside, and we started dating again,
Okay.
long distance
Yeah.
relationship. I don't know. My
Hey, you make it work somehow.
Yeah, yeah, kind of. And
Yeah.
and I was in after 8 months, I was in Miami attending a symposium where I teach facial threads every year. And I received a job offer from someone from New York.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
This is
Ooh,
the third
let's
time
see.
around now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. I said no.
Oh,
Believe it
okay.
or not, the first time I said no. The money's not enough. I don't
Yeah.
think so. New York's such a difficult city, blah, blah, blah. And then the guy came back with another offer.
Offer. Yeah.
Oh my God, now I cannot say no.
Absolutely.
So I grabbed this opportunity, was to open 3 med spas in 1 year. So I
Oh,
opened
smokes.
3 med spas for this gentleman who became my friend. Was called a Medicine Skin Studio. I stayed with him for 1 year and a half.
Okay.
He opened a practice. We opened a med spa in Brooklyn, one in Harlem,
Oh,
and one
wow.
in Manhattan. Everything in 1 year was a lot of work because I
Yeah,
developed the
definitely.
brand. I developed a brand for him.
Oh,
I was
really?
the developer of the brand. I was hiring everyone, the branding person, the marketing person, everything. So we opened this med spas in 9 months.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of work. Did you get
It's a
any
lot
sleep during that time?
of work. Barely not.
Yeah.
But I told him, I'm gonna work for you for 1 year, and
Okay.
then I need to fly solo because I'm very entrepreneurial.
Hmm.
And after 1 year, he said, "I please stay." So I stayed with him for about 20 months, 20,
Okay.
22 months, almost 2 years, but was not 2 years. We were very successful,
Mhm.
beautiful. But after that was time for me to fly solo.
Okay.
Yes, and I was figuring out all my licenses while I was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I decided to open my own thing in US because several times when we are working for someone, we don't have the opportunity to show ourselves that much what is
Yeah.
important, at least I mean in healthcare. What
Yeah.
is important, what it's our basics, what it's the most valuable, our values, valuable values. So
Hmm.
I decided to open Dr. Cris Studio, what it's my med spa slash practice slash
Yeah.
wellness center and regenerative care center because I do believe that beauty and
Hmm.
wellness come together and they come from within.
Okay.
A lot of people want to do a lot of treatments, but they're lacking on the basics,
Yeah.
and the basics are very, very, very important.
Okay. I like that, Dr. Cris. Okay. So with that, what is let me see here. You knocked out a bunch of these things here. I have a little list here that I was gonna check
I
out.
talk a lot. Sorry, Brandon. I
Oh
talk a
no,
lot.
no, 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 you're good. You're good. You're good. That's what I wanted to. Wait, you were in the military at some point?
Oh, yes. Let me tell you, funny story. Funny. I
Okay.
went to the military basically obligated by my school, okay? Was not because I wanted to. Let me tell you what
Yeah.
exactly happened. Do you remember that I said that I passed into my residency test before I graduated?
Yes.
So, in my ears, those ears, they were in need of craniomaxillofacial surgeons.
Okay.
And since I already had passed for residency, they knew that I was a good student,
Yeah.
whatever. So my last year in med school,
Yeah.
uh, doing the rotations, when you're doing what we call in America,
You call rotations here too.
yeah, they end up I already had been doing rotations in public hospital because I wanted to do surgical work. So I had
Mhm.
the skills I wanted. So I had done a public hospital for 2 years before
Okay.
while I
Oh
was in
wow.
school. We call internship.
Hmm. Yeah.
So you're there organizing, seeing few patients under supervision, of course. Because in Brazil, it's very different, the healthcare system. We are going to get into that later on. So
Okay.
I was already doing almost everything on my own, not surgery, of course, but all the basic treatments I was able to do on my own. So
Okay.
my school needed to send us to certain like basic attention and healthcare, or they said it's like centers for basic attention, just
Hmm.
pediatrics or OBGYN or dentistry, those type of basics, or they send you to a hospital that is more like emergency, trauma, or they send just me to the military.
Okay.
So my training, my last year training, was in the Navy in Brazil. Was very interesting because I learned so much,
Yeah.
especially in terms of because I was not a military inside. I was more like trainee
Okay.
inside the hospital, but I could get a lot of the sense of the military because I was not obligated to live there. And
Yeah.
I was obligated just to do a certain amount of hours per week, but was very interesting to see and learn how to be very punctual because as a Brazilian, as a Latin person, we tend to don't be so punctual. I mean, in terms of if it's scheduled to arrive at 7, we are supposed to arrive 5 minutes to 7. In Brazil,
Okay.
if someone is scheduled at 7, they probably arriving 7:30, you know? So I became a very on point person, arriving on time. Um, we what else? What was very important? We needed to treat everyone. I learned a lot about I had one one guy that was a superior there, an almirant. I don't know what is this name in English. It's an almirant,
Okay.
it's like a captain, a
Okay. Yeah.
captain, very high in the military. We were talking and he said, "Oh, yes, I did some training in US, blah blah blah." We started talking. Was like a way of someone opening my eyes. I'm like, "Oh, interesting, blah blah blah." Because I was always curious type of personality, but in school, I knew I wanted to do surgery. And I had a professor, she was a woman, what is
Mhm.
not very common for a craniomaxillofacial surgeon to be a woman, at least back in the days. I think nowadays it's more common.
Okay.
And I had asked her, I was so innocent, I was probably like 22 years old, very young. And I asked her, what do you think about residency in US? And this professor said to me something that marked my life.
Okay.
She said to me, it's a very distant dream.
Oh wow. She didn't think you could,
After
wow,
that,
she didn't think you could do it.
yeah, not that I couldn't do it because I think this told me more about herself than
Yeah.
myself. Maybe she had this desire, but she didn't speak English. I don't know nowadays.
Yeah.
If and this was one of the reasons that I'm like, okay, this is probably very hard because she was way older and she said that. So I'm not gonna even look at or pursue because if she said that, that's probably because it's too hard or too difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able. And then on my last year in the school doing the internship, I had already passed the surgery. Um, this class and this guy started telling me, oh yes, there are possibilities, blah blah blah, but works differently. It's not a test in US, you need to apply, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. You first do the TOEFL and then you take the tests, the board test. Like, oh, okay, interesting, because was someone that was like navigating me on this different process, but I didn't apply nothing
Yeah.
like that. And he said, oh, exists something called um sandwich residency.
Okay.
Back
Would you
in the
bring
day,
that in?
it existed. So you would do half of your residency in Brazil and half of the residency in US. But
Okay, nice.
yeah, but I didn't do this, okay?
Okay.
But this existed. He was the first person to tell me about that. But
Okay.
I already had passed in my residency in Brazil, was about to start. I did my residency in a public hospital,
Okay.
big trauma hospital, one of the biggest ones in Brazil,
Oh
was
wow.
very, very interesting.
Yeah. How let me ask you a question along those lines too with that. What was your experiences like in that? If it's one of the biggest hospitals, that must have been like, I guess probably hectic.
Very hectic in terms of personal growth.
Yeah.
I grew up in a medium class family. My dad come from very wealthy family. My mom come from wealthy family before the war in Lebanon, but they immigrated to Brazil with no means at all. So very medium class. And my family didn't buy us presents all the time. I used to receive presents twice a year. That's it.
Yeah.
My birthday and my dad's used to give us presents on Christmas. My mom didn't celebrate Christmas, so this was the only time during the year that I used to receive presents. But education was always amazing in terms of I went to very good schools. I went to private schools. I was very lucky. And if you wanted to do any course, languages, extracurricular courses related to cultural courses, learning, Sports, not that much. I'm not great in sports because my parents didn't believe that sports would create amazing humans. This is their mentality in Brazil.
Uh-huh.
So I was able to study. I went to a French Catholic school, so I was able to learn French, English, Portuguese, Spanish, and if I wanted to do any courses during the semester, maths, biology, any type of courses, I was able. They were able to pay. They you would invest in that on
Okay.
education. My family always invested a lot in our education. Me, my sister, and my brother, we were highly invested on education.
Okay.
That was one of the differentiations, I think, from different colleagues. We were talking about the public hospital. So going
Yeah.
there, I was able to see a different perspective of an active public hospital that see a lot of impoverished people.
Hmm.
And this have touched me a lot, being exposed to so much at a very young age
Hmm.
and seeing that those people didn't have the same opportunities that I had in life. Because it's all a matter of opportunities we are exposed. And I'm very blessed and very lucky that I was exposed to so much
Yeah.
and I could accomplish. And for me, it was very important to give back because I think I'm gifted in a way of having my surgical skills.
Yeah.
I think it's something that I had trained a lot, I have learned a lot, but for me, it was very natural
Hmm.
in a way. And I was almost felt that I need to give back to my community
Absolutely.
because my residency was in my neighborhood. I
Oh,
chose
wow.
a hospital that was very close to home
Yeah.
in my community because I wanted to help my community in a
Hmm.
way. So this was the hospital that I wanted. I did a lot of visualizations and I didn't know what was visualizations back then. I was
Hmm.
doing a lot of visualizations that I was doing my residency there and I passed and I could choose the hospital that I wanted because I
Yeah.
passed very well. So this was very interesting in a way to give back to my community, train and opened my eyes so much about it's it's truly important to be connected with humans and we
Hmm.
need to put down a lot of times our white coat of being just a doctor and being a human first thing.
I love that.
It's
I
very important because I use it to deal with people that several times they were there and in Brazil we have a very big public system.
Yeah.
But a lot of those people, they were there to treat a condition or have surgery. And sometimes we didn't have the medication available in our pharmacy that was public. It's a public pharmacy inside the
Yeah.
hospital. We needed to ask the people or a family member if they could buy. And a lot of times I see and I get very emotional by that.
It's okay. No, no, you're completely fine. It's all good.
I use it to see patients that didn't have financial conditions to buy the medicine that was extremely
Yeah.
necessary to treat a condition they were have been treated in the hospital. So I stepped in, even with very little means, to
Yeah.
buy. It
Oh, wow.
was very
Wow.
hard.
Yeah.
Especially kids is not my specialty, pediatrics, but I use it to do surgery.
You're
Sorry.
beautiful. No, no, you're a beautiful soul. There's nothing wrong. I've cried on this
Yeah,
podcast
I use
numerous
it to do,
times.
yeah. Cleft surgeries for kids, and a lot of times those families didn't have the means to buy things out of the hospital, and we were in lack in the hospital. So I used it to buy on my own and bring to them.
Oh, wow. You're amazing soul. You're amazing
Not
soul.
amazing. I just wanted them to have the best outcome.
Yeah. No, I understand. And that's a testament to you as a person. That's a testament to your family that raised you. Like one of the things you said earlier was you were talking about my dad used to always say when he was alive two things, and my mom. We've always you said the only thing that separates us is God's good grace, and what separates one person from being on the street or one person from coming from whatever is that God's good grace. And then the second thing that you mentioned was both my parents are always big on volunteering. I used to go up. They work two jobs sometimes, then they go work at the Ronald McDonald House, which the Ronald McDonald House charities, that's like kind of families that are trying to help that can't necessarily afford the surgery. So Ronald McDonald's House charities pays for those families and them to be there and to take care of that stuff. And I used to always go with them volunteer with them to do that. And it taught me so much. And it it's good for your soul, but also it's good to give back. Like it's a way of giving back. I know my dad was a coach too, so he would give back to his community by coaching,
Mhm.
by helping people that didn't have that father figure and stuff like that. So I think it's beautiful that you decided in your heart that hey, I want to help out. Not only that, let me put down the white coat and let me try and help out where these people might not be able to afford it, but I'm going to try and do what I can with the means that I have to try and do that. And then I ultimately believe that's why you've been blessed.
Yes, I have been highly blessed in my life. Thank God, thank Hashem, and I believe a lot in the spirituality, not in
Mhm.
religion, because spirituality it's very different than religion. A lot of people ask, "What is my religion?" and has nothing to do about religion. And I'm doing some classes in
Mhm.
the Kabbalah Center and learning even more about spirituality. Have been helping me a lot
Okay.
as I got back to New York about 3 years and a half ago, 3 years and
Okay.
a half ago, and opened my business. Have been challenging in the beginning of opening a business. All of us we go through challenges.
Yeah. And that's the Dr. Cris Studio and Wellness?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
Dr. Cris Studio and Dr. Cris Wellness is my supplement line. I have a supplement line.
Yeah, tell us about it. I should have had you bring some of it so you could show us.
Oh, I
It,
have something
oh
here.
yeah, you can grab it and then you can definitely grab it.
I
Yeah,
have
let's see what you got there. Can kind of break it down for us too, Cris. Oh, there you go. Okay, what's that? Vitamin K2 and D3? What no.
exactly, D3 and K2. There's a multivitamin for women. We have in total 39, 40 products.
Okay.
And I have this vitamin line, the supplements line, have also collagen, and I have the skincare line. Because since I went into aesthetics, I decided to go into aesthetics because I want to have a better hours.
Mhm.
I don't want to do residency again, and New York required me to do just another 4 years of residency.
Holy smokes.
New York is very strict and very hard state.
Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah.
It's a very good state, believe it or not. I love it here.
Oh yeah,
And
so do I.
I just don't love it in the winter time.
Yeah.
Here.
I feel you on that.
February. Uh,
Yeah.
Overall, it's a very good state. And I decided to stay just in aesthetics because I mostly work with rejuvenation
Okay.
and regenerative care. Aesthetic from the inside out. I do regenerative care, as I told, Botox, fillers. I do non-surgical facelifts, non-surgical neck lifts. I do some curve protocols. I wouldn't say BBL because
Okay.
BBL it's when it's surgical. I don't do that.
Okay.
I do beautiful curving protocols for buttocks. What else I do? CO2 lasers. I do overall a combination of therapies and procedures to
Okay.
rejuvenate and take away 10 to 15 years out of your face and neck
Oh
without
wow.
looking done. I'm
Yeah.
very pro looking, very natural looking,
Yeah.
even though doing procedures. I do a lot of procedures. I'm 46-year-old woman, almost 50.
Oh
Soon,
really? You don't look it at all.
yes.
Holy
And I
smokes.
have my procedures done. I usually do myself, my procedures,
Yeah.
but everything minimal. And I do believe a lot in regenerative care,
Okay.
especially with biostimulators and treating the tissue underneath the skin, not
Okay.
just filling them with hyaluronic acid. I do believe in regenerative care, treating the tissue underneath.
Okay. Wow, that sounds very interesting. Shoot, if I can knock 15 years off my years, I'd like to do that. That'd be amazing. Dr. Chris, my question was with that with the regenerative care. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything within that regenerative care that you might want to break down even more. Let's say if a person comes in and they are I don't know, I guess let's just say 60s, right? And they're like, "Hey, Dr. Chris, what can you kind of recommend here?" But I guess you would have to see patient by patient.
Yes, yes, usually yes. First thing is start with the basics. What is very important, the basics. What are the basics? Have a good night's sleep. If you're unable to have a good night's sleep, we need to check hormones to see how are the hormones going. We need to check for, especially Americans don't believe that, but parasites, intestinal parasites exist.
Ooh,
Very important to do at least once a year, minimal, a parasite cleanse.
okay.
Second, no, like third, heavy metals cleanse. Very, very, very important, especially people that drink tap water. Unfortunately, tap water does not filter chlorine, several heavy metals. So we are supposed to have like a very good source of filtered water.
Mhm.
Well, check nutrients deficiencies, excesses, and hormones, and take
Okay.
it there to start doing. These are the basics to start doing regenerative care.
Okay.
Regenerative care usually involves treating the patient as a whole. So I like
Hmm.
to see if these basics are well, if they're fine, because a lot of those women, I would say women, because I would say 70 to 75% of my patients are women. I also
Okay.
treat the men's, the bros, I do the bro talks, but
Yeah.
a lot of those ladies or women on my age, a lot of them are intoxicated. Their thyroid are not working,
Okay. Oh wow.
have thyroid dysfunction. They
Yeah.
have been in a lot of medicines. They're not helping them because a lot of medicines are just trying to remediate a problem. They are
Okay.
not making the glands or the body to function by itself. So we need to see where we can adjust. And for an example, one little adjustment that can help everyone, people that are hearing this podcast. When you wake up, always clean your tongue, have like a tongue cleanser. If it's a Cooper one, better.
Okay.
Do your hygiene, drink big glass of water. I usually drink this big glass of water. I'm drinking my water today from my Cooper uh
Copper
bottle, my
bottle. Yeah.
Cooper bottle, but can be just a good source of mineral water, filtered water to hydrate your tissues.
Okay.
You can also have tea, especially decaffeinated drinks, and just have coffee 1 hour after you wake up because this waiting this 1 hour helps a lot our body, our own body to produce maximal and better levels of cortisol naturally. And
Hmm.
this plays a very important role in several other sexual hormones for men and also for women in our body, and especially plays a very big role in the production of melatonin late at night.
Whoa. Hold on now. Let's go ahead.
Yes, people that usually wake up and to wake up they don't give this 1 hour time frame for themselves to improve the cortisol by itself and have a coffee straight away. They usually have cortisol dysfunction and then they want to start looking for ways to see in the afternoon. uh for an example, they're gonna overtake caffeinated drinks, energetic drinks, because they're gonna crash right in the middle of the afternoon because
Okay.
they didn't wait their cortisol levels to go up by themselves and get stable. Usually they do a peak, and every time we have a peak of something, the crash is gonna be very hard. It's gonna be as hard as the peak. So
Okay.
wait your body to do the peak naturally, and then you have your coffee, your due diligences, your things, and yeah, and hydration. Hydrate.
Okay.
we are not supposed to drink that many caffeinated drinks a
Mhm.
day. I would say two maximum.
Okay.
Don't
Oh,
surpass that.
man, dude, Dr. Chris, I've just been blown away just by you just saying the thing about the cortisone, waiting an hour after waking up to
Cortisol,
drink.
cortisol,
Oh,
cortisol, cortisol.
cortisol.
Yeah.
That alone and the waiting an hour to drink coffee or just waiting in general, a person should wait an hour is what you're saying after before you do anything like that. Is that correct? Like before.
No, you can drink tea, you can do your things, but try to wait at least, I would say 50 minutes after you wake up to have your coffee.
Okay. Wow, that's a much. I thank you for that. I didn't know about that at
Yes,
all.
because this is going to help a lot with the natural production of melatonin late in the day.
Okay.
If our cortisol dysfunction, if we have peaks of cortisol late in the afternoon, our natural production of melatonin is not going to start being produced after 6, 7 p.m.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm gonna ask you. Can you explain regenerative medicine in simple terms to the audience? Kind of just a question. Could you explain that in simpler terms?
Yes, regenerative care, it's giving to the body tools to regenerate by itself, such as I can say it on my field, aesthetics, for an example. As we age, we lose the capacity of producing better skin, having a smooth skin, because our growth factors unfortunately decrease. Our,
Okay.
our growth factors production decrease and our hormone deficiencies start happening, and we age basically because we decrease the production of hormones.
Okay. Oh wow. Well,
Otherwise, we wouldn't age. If we had the same production as at 18 or 20 or 22-year
yeah.
old, we wouldn't age.
Okay.
So regenerative care is just giving the tools to your body, such as exosomes, water connectors, to produce a certain things, or stem cells or biostimulators, so your body
Okay.
starts producing more collagen, elastin, get more firm. It's basically that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Another question. What are some misconceptions people have about anti-aging treatments, do you think?
Um, I see a very big gap between different demographics. I would say that in US, the demographics have a tendency, not them all, to think that anti-aging treatments are mostly focused on taking shots, especially peptides, or
Okay.
or putting things that are not common to our body inside in.
Okay.
So a lot of people think anti-aging is mostly that, so doing lasers
Yeah.
and adding pharmaceutical drugs, because peptides end up being amino acid chain, or applying those things into the body
Okay. All right.
instead of regulating their own body to
Yeah.
protect itself.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering that. One more question for you too. I have two questions. One, why is collagen so important? Or what
Be
does it help with, I guess?
Yeah, collagen. It's extremely important in our body because helps with the helping our skin being firm. And collagen, we exist 27 types of collagen.
Hmm.
Basically, our body has collagen in the bones, cartilages, in the tissue around our capillaries, veins, arteries, all that.
Okay.
And with the decrease of collagen, we start sagging because
Yeah.
we lose elasticity in our skin, unfortunately. So having more collagen tend to have a more firm skin. And what is crucial to build collagen, it's having a proper intake of protein
Okay.
and vitamin C. A lot of
Oh,
people have deficiency of vitamin C, even if they take a lot of supplements.
Okay.
Because if the gut it's not receiving the right type of vitamin C, or if there is a overproduction of a fungus or something in the gut,
Mhm.
it's not gonna absorb the nutrients.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Sorry, Dr. Cris. I know I'm throwing a bunch at you here. And then also, what inspired you to do your skincare line?
Um, what I noticed, especially in US, there are so many brands and everybody advertising, and I see very little amount of brands that behind have someone that is actually treating patients.
Okay.
Most of the brands are beautifully branded. They gorgeous containers, amazing scents, but
Yeah.
they're not done by someone that is really treating those patients, seeing them in their chair every day.
Okay.
I'm very good friends with Dr. Perricone. Nicholas Perricone was a very famous dermatologist here in New York. He has his own brand.
Okay.
I got inspired a lot by him. So I wanted to create something that is highly effective, works, and has the right pricing.
Okay.
Because it's very important to have a routine to do every single day or
Yeah.
every single night, the routine, and don't break the bank.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
Absolutely. And then Dr. Cris, I noticed that I actually see because obviously I follow you on Instagram. I see that you kind of do a routine every morning, like to kind of show people.
Oh, yes, yes. I do my routine. I usually wash my face. My favorite product to wash the face, especially in the morning, is my
Mhm.
chamomile. Can I go get it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you're good.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. You're good. There it is. That's what I was looking for. What the heck?
I'm back.
Oh yeah, you're good. Yeah.
I am back.
Nice,
Back.
nice. Welcome
So
back.
I brought some of my favorite products that I use every day.
Okay.
This is my Woo! Wow.
Yeah.
My chamomile cleanser,
Okay.
very mild. It's just a foam because it's important to clean the skin and not do it very roughly to remove the layer, the outside layer. So this one works for mostly all types of skin because it's very mild. People that have rosacea, that are mature skin, after
Mhm.
procedures, normal skin. It's just not effective for people that have acne.
Okay.
Vitamin C, my vitamin C, it's in a pump
Okay.
because vitamin C cannot have contact with oxygen. Otherwise, oxidize. The ones that are, a lot of people have vitamin C in containers like that,
Hmm.
oxidize because the vitamin C cannot have contact to be very effective with oxygen.
Okay. Hey, little known fact there. I didn't know that either.
Okay. So I suffer of hyperpigmentation a little bit. I mix the skin,
Yeah.
whatever, what I'm gonna do. I get sun. I like the sun. So I
Yeah.
in the sun, I use some sunscreen protection, but I prefer to treat my hyperpigmentation than avoiding completely the sun.
Okay.
I'm
That
tan,
sounds
just in the park. So I use this serum that has lactic acid
okay.
few times a week. And few times a week, I use this retinol alternative.
Okay. Now, what's the retinol
Oil.
alternative?
It's a bakuhial oil. It's an Asian herb that has very similar properties to retinol. Not
Okay.
everybody can use retinol, and I wanted to say to make something that is very Similar properties, but it's not going to cause redness, peeling, all that.
Yeah.
I did that. And once a week, I use this chemical peel.
Okay.
I apply in the skin and
Yeah.
sleep with this peeling. I love to use this toner. It's a
Okay.
folic acid toner, helps a lot with hyperpigmentation. So you can use in the face, you can use in the armpits, bikini line, or whatever place you have hyperpigmentation.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with glycolic acid for hyperpigmentation
Okay.
because I mixed skin, so I suffer of hyperpigmentation all my life, and I had acne, but I didn't have it in my face. I had acne when I was a teenager in my back. So I
Oh,
had
wow.
a lot of hyperpigmentation. And the only thing I had tried everything you can ever imagine. The only thing that was very effective, I didn't say that got rid of all of them, but was highly effective, was glycolic acid toners.
Okay. All right.
Most of these products come from recipes that I had from a long time ago, because in Brazil I worked very closely
Mhm.
this past the 7 years that I was there with a compounding pharmacy. So I used it to make my own compounds for my patients.
Okay.
And these are some of the products that I use it to make in
All
my
right. Well,
pharmacy.
Dr. Chris, do me a favor too. I want you to say this right now. Tell people where they can find that product.
Oh, yes, they can find in my website, www.drcrisstudio.com. Chris, it's
Okay.
Chris like a dude. In US, Chris with CRIS it's usually for men, but this is the short for my name, that is Cristiana Andrade Zadian. So
Okay. I love it. I love it. Well,
also on my Instagram, yes.
what's your Instagram too? Say your
Oh, yeah,
Instagram.
my Instagram is DRA. I still have the from Doutora in
Mhm.
Portuguese. CRISSTUDIO. It's
Okay.
DRA Cris Studio. Doutora, like doctor, but
Mhm.
with an A. DRA Cris Studio.
Okay, well that sounds good. Well, Dr. Chris, before I'm about to take us into the lightning round, and because I'm gonna save some questions for mom the next time she comes on, but
Okay.
I'm about to take us into the lightning round. But before I do that, I wanted to say when you were telling me earlier about the one doctor that you were under or doing your residency, who said that it would be a distant dream for you to think about doing that. I always find, and you said that would be a defining moment. I think you said something
Oh,
along the
this
lines of,
was in school. Sorry to interrupt. This was in my school. She was a professor in school. She was not in residency. It was
okay.
before.
So with that being said, I know when I was in high school, I remember I'm at my graduation at University of South Carolina. I'm standing next to my dad, and my
Uh-huh.
dad go, "Oh yeah, I love it. I miss him every day." But he said, "Brandon, do you remember the advice this guidance counselor gave you in high school?" And her advice was that Brandon, I couldn't get into University of South Carolina where I went to college, and she said that I should go to a junior college instead. And I just think about sometimes how many people in life have a dream that they want to go after, and just because it might be difficult for that person doesn't mean it's difficult for anyone else per se. So that was one of the most motivating things for me because then I ended up going into went to University of South Carolina, got right in, and then my dad at graduation said that he brought that up, and it just I thought it was beautiful that he said that, and then I just think about how many people sometimes get discouraged because someone of a higher up or authority figure tells them bad advice. So I just wanted to say that for a second.
You're so right about that. I always remember this advice, and I'm very cautious when I'm talking to younger people, when they ask for advice, or even my niece. I have a niece who is 26.
Mm-hmm.
I try to bring her here to US to study, but she's dating someone. She doesn't want to come. It's
Oh
fine.
wow. Okay.
But anyways, when we are giving advice, or when advice should just be given by someone that asks. And
Okay.
at least this is my opinion. And when we are giving advice to someone, we cannot put our own experience in this advice. What we can say, at least what I do, is for me was this way. Maybe for you it's going to be different, because
Mm-hmm.
we are humans. We all have a different story. We have
Sure.
different capabilities. What is beautiful. I love that.
Absolutely.
And we have different journeys. We are
Yeah.
here for a journey, several journeys, different journeys. We have different skills and given, and others are learned. So we cannot put ahead our difficulties that's going to happen the same to someone else.
Absolutely.
And since I have been studying a lot about Kabbalah, what I learned is we all have a soul, and everything happens in our soul for a reason.
Hey, amen.
Happening for a reason. So there's an answer inside us to make us think and maybe change or learn a lesson for a reason.
Yeah.
And maybe for someone else, they have a different, completely different soul because we all have. And for them, the path is going to be in a completely different direction. Maybe it's going to be smoother. Maybe it's going to be harder. We never know.
Yeah.
And it's so important to be positive. Always
Amen.
in a positive direction. New York can be very, very hectic, problematic, blah, blah, blah. But I always, when I walk to work because I live close by. And when I'm walking there, I tend to see all the beauty of everything. I'm in a city that so many people dream to be
Yeah.
here.
Amen.
I'm an immigrant. I'm a minority because I'm a woman, I'm half black, I'm half Jewish. I'm very lucky to be here. So I try to be the beautiful things on the way. I'm gonna see beautiful animals, beautiful dogs, people walking, flowers, beautiful. I love to admire beauty. Doesn't matter if it's in a kid, in a woman, in a man, in an animal. Beauty for me brings me this positivity. I love to admire flowers, plants. For me, it's important. Nature, even if it's snowing. I don't love the snow, but even if it's snowing, being being exposed to so much and have these possibilities is just so enchanting.
Absolutely. Amen. I love it. I love it, Dr. Cris. You're great. You're a sweetheart.
Take advantage of that.
Yeah. No, you're right, and everything you said is so true. No, you're absolutely right on that, Dr. Cris. You've been amazing today, but I'm gonna hit you with this lightning round, okay? So it's just like one-off ones. Like it's gonna be like, for instance, the first one's coffee or tea.
Tea.
Okay. Brazil or New York?
Um, Depends the time of the year.
Okay, that sounds good. Beach or mountains?
I'm more like a beach girl.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise,
Okay. Morning workout or evening workout?
morning for sure.
Okay. Favorite Brazilian food?
There's so many. I love pão de queijo, the cheese bread.
Okay. Oh, this stuff is delicious. I know a place that's in Queens that has that.
Love it.
Favorite American food?
I love burgers.
Oh, do you really?
I'm a burger girl. Yes.
Okay. Do you have a favorite burger spot here in New York?
Oh yes, I have one, and I really like it. There is one that it's in the Upper East Side called JG Melon, made from scratch, very good. And there is the other one that Shake Shack. Sometimes
Okay. Yeah.
it's easy, and sometimes I don't eat the whole bread.
Yeah.
The meat is good.
Okay. That sounds good. Shake Shack is good. I'm gonna have to try this spot. I was asking for myself too. So, one word that describes you?
Um, I'm the type of personality I like go get it. I
Okay.
get it.
Biggest strength?
Big as a strength.
Yeah.
Mm, patience,
Okay. What's your biggest weakness?
sweets.
Okay.
Not sweets in general, chocolate.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. A book that changed your life.
There are so many. One is The Power of Kabbalah.
Okay.
Very good. It's a book that I have been reading so many times. And there is also, I have this book I bought for a friend.
Okay.
Show it to you guys. This is a very interesting book. I don't know if most of the people that are gonna watch this are New Yorkers or not, if they're
Mhm.
from the US. Not a lot of people in US study like really deep history. My mom was a history professor, so I almost knew a little bit about history because I love it.
Yeah.
Was one of my strengths in high school. And there is a very interesting book about New York
Okay.
that people that live in New York or want to know about colonization of New York
Ooh.
should read.
Oh,
From
the
Mississippi to Manhattan, the Jews who built New York. Not a lot of people know.
back
And
it up a little. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Yeah. There. Move a little bit back. Back, like towards you. Sorry. All right. Yeah. There we go. Nice. I can see it. It's called the Recife of Life.
from Recife to Manhattan, the
Okay.
Jews who built New York. It's
Okay.
interesting that the author is Daniela Levy.
Okay. Nice. I'm gonna have to check that one out then.
It's very good, this book, to know if you like history, of course.
Yeah.
The first people who built New York rather than the Indians,
Okay.
of course, was Jews who were expelled from Brazil.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Interesting.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing that book with us. Let's see. Your favorite movie.
Gone with the Wind. Love
Okay. That is a
so,
good one.
yeah, taught me so much about uh problems in US, learned about cessation, like North from the cessation war. It's very
Okay.
historical, beautiful, beautiful, romantic, historical. Love this old, long movie.
Okay. Favorite place you've ever traveled.
Wow, so many. Ah, but a place that I really like to travel in US, I like to go to Florida a lot.
Okay.
I like Miami a lot, and I love Paris.
Okay. That sounds good. Let's see. I'm gonna ask two more questions, and that'll bring it
And
to the
Rio,
end.
of course, Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
Actually, it's in the top of the list.
All righty. If you could go back and tell your 18-year-old self anything, what would it be?
My 18,
Yeah.
you're in the right path. It's gonna happen a lot of difficulties on the way, but keep strong that you're gonna achieve. Life is not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be the way you're thinking. It's gonna be way harder.
Yeah.
But you're in the right path. Just don't ever listen to what people are gonna try to put you down, no matter what. Keep it in the line.
I
Keep the
love it.
line.
Amen. Amen.
Study. Keep studying.
And then my final question is, what does buckle up mean to you?
If what?
What does buckle up mean to you? Like buckle up, what does it mean to you?
Buckle up. It's not it's something that I ever thought about in terms of positivity. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Oh,
Positive.
so it's just like kind of like what does it mean to you? Because like with the buckle up podcast, like buckle up to me means like yo, like get ready to strap in and gear in because we're going on an adventure. So
Oh, for me, it's like we are gonna get things done the best way, fastest way, best way possible.
okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. Dr. Cris, you have been absolutely wonderful today. I can't thank you enough for coming on the show and being here today. I'm sorry my mom couldn't be here, but I'm gonna do a two part with you so that she can come on here because I know she'll have plenty of questions for you. Of
Okay, thank you so much for inviting me.
course. Of
I
course.
feel very enlightened that you gave me this opportunity, and I appreciate that so much.
Okay. Well, Dr. Cris, we give everyone a round of applause at the end. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I have you just send me a photo you want, and I'll have this done in a couple hours.
Okay, perfect. I
All
think I'm
right.
going to send a picture from my website.
Okay, that sounds good.
Let me
Uh,
put this down.
all
So
right.
this was like, woo!
Oh
There
yeah, you're good. You're good. All right, Dr. Cris. Well, you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. All
we go.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.